Welcome. We've got some thrilling Arsenal news lined up for you, so stay tuned until the end to catch all the latest updates. And don't forget to leave 300 likes to keep us motivated in bringing you the latest Arsenal updates. Declan Rice has set the record straight on the illness that nearly ruled him out of Arsenal's Champions League quarter-final against Sporting CP, insisting it was nothing more than a nasty bug rather than an injury. The England midfielder was laid up in bed for 2 full days before the second leg at the Emirates and admitted that had the game come even a day or two earlier, he would have had no chance of playing. However, he perked up on matchday morning, declared himself fit enough to feature, and went on to captain the side in a gritty goalless draw that booked Arsenal's place in the semi-finals. Rice later made it clear there was no way he was missing such a huge occasion, showing the kind of steel that has made him a firm favorite among the gooners. Speaking after the match, the 27-year-old was refreshingly honest about his condition. "Yes, I'm fully fit. I've been ill the last 2 days. I've been in bed not well. So to get out tonight, obviously I perked up this morning enough to be able to play. I wasn't at 100%, but I wanted to help this team out," he explained. He also highlighted how much Arsenal have missed their injured leaders this season, naming Martin Odegaard, Bukayo Saka and Julian Timber as 3 of their biggest and best players. Mikel Arteta, meanwhile, praised the squad for giving Rice the armband, calling him a great leader who has earned the respect through tough moments. With the squad now turning their attention to the massive Premier League showdown against Manchester City on Sunday, Rice's resilience through discomfort has only boosted his standing as Arsenal chase silverware on 2 fronts in what promises to be a testing few weeks for Arteta's men. Julian Alvarez speaks out about Arsenal's European highs and familiar April doubts as title race reaches boiling point. Arsenal have once again thrust themselves into the spotlight across the UK after securing a place in the Champions League semi-finals for the first time in over a decade. Mikel Arteta's side edged through with a gritty 0-0 draw against Sporting CP in the second leg, progressing 1-0 on aggregate. The achievement has sent waves of excitement through the Gooners faithful, though questions remain about their lack of cutting edge up front. Declan Rice declared that Arsenal are now not afraid of anyone on the European stage, while manager Mikel Arteta hailed the milestone as a massive boost for the squad amid the intense Premier League title race. Outlets like BBC and Sky Sports wasted no time in calling it a historic moment that could reshape the narrative of the season. Attention, however, has quickly shifted to the huge Premier League clash against Manchester City this weekend. The Gunners currently sit 6 points clear at the top, but City still have a game in hand. Rice himself described the upcoming fixture as the ultimate test that could decide the destiny of the title. Plenty of tactical chatter has emerged, including whispers of shifting Martin Odegaard into a more fluid role. The familiar April curse that has haunted Arsenal under Arteta is once again doing the rounds in the British press. Concerns are growing over the fitness of key players such as Bukayo Saka and Declan Rice, forcing the squad to tread carefully. Roy Keane and Joe Cole have not held back on Sky Sports, with Keane labeling one Arsenal player as too nice for the cut and thrust of a title battle. Julian Alvarez, the Atletico Madrid striker who previously played alongside Rice at Manchester City, had his say on the midfield battle. Zubimendi has been playing really solid this season. His vision is outstanding and he controls the tempo of the game perfectly. If Arsenal manage to bring him in, he could be the key to handling the pressure in big matches like against City, Alvarez said in a recent interview. The old bottling accusations have resurfaced after Arsenal's disappointing defeat in the Carabao Cup final against Manchester City. Their shaky form throughout April has triggered a flood of memes across British social media, including the viral clip of City fans drinking from the Arsenal water bottle, a cheeky symbol of drinking Arsenal tears. The Daily Mail even ran pieces on the bottling virus that has plagued other big clubs like Newcastle and Manchester United in the past. Amid the title frenzy, a sad note has touched the Arsenal community. Former goalkeeper Alex Manninger, who played a key role in the famous double-winning side of 1997-98, has tragically passed away at the age of 48 following a car accident in Austria. David Seaman and other club legends have paid heartfelt tributes that have been widely shared across UK media. Meanwhile, summer transfer speculation is already heating up. Arsenal are reportedly keen on Bayer Leverkusen youngster Christian Kofane, Real Madrid's Rodrigo with a €90 million price tag, and several high-profile striker targets worth up to £104 million. There is also growing talk of Kai Havertz potentially being moved on, leaving fans eagerly speculating ahead of the window. All in all, the mood across Britain right now is a classic mix of cautious optimism and deep-seated skepticism when it comes to Arsenal. With a Champions League semi-final and a title-deciding showdown against Manchester City on the horizon, everyone is waiting to see whether the Gunners can finally finish the job this time or fall victim once again to the dreaded bottling narrative that has followed them for years. So IG echoes loud, but the toughest tests are only just beginning. Arsenal versus Man City. Why Arteta simply must win at the Etihad to silence the doubters once and for all. Mikel Arteta knows the script all too well by now. As Arsenal prepare to head to the Etihad on Sunday for what many are calling their biggest league fixture in over 2 decades, the pressure is firmly on the Spaniard to finally deliver when it matters most. A win against Pep Guardiola's Manchester City would do far more than just keep the Gunners in pole position for the title. It would silence the growing whispers that Arteta still cannot land the knockout blow against the very best when the heat is truly on. The Gunners currently sit 6 points clear at the top, but City have a game in hand and remain as dangerous as ever in these defining weeks of the season. A draw might mathematically keep things at arm's length, yet after the cautious stalemate at the Etihad 2 years ago that ultimately saw Arsenal finish second by just 2 points, simply parking the bus is no longer enough. Titles are won by teams brave enough to go toe-to-toe with their closest rivals and come out on top. Arsenal have shown they can mix it with the big boys, boasting a remarkable 22-game unbeaten run against the so-called Big Six not so long ago, the longest in Premier League history. They even humiliated City 5-1 at the Emirates in one memorable evening. Yet contradictions remain. They have drawn twice with Liverpool in the same campaign and dropped points against sides they really should be beating. That inconsistency has left them short of the historical average of 18 points typically taken from top rivals by eventual champions. In 6.5 years under Arteta, Arsenal have lifted just one solitary trophy, a Community Shield played behind closed doors early in his reign. There have been painful near-misses, semi-final exits in Europe, another League Cup final defeat to City in March, and an FA Cup quarter-final exit to Southampton that raised more questions than answers. For a club of Arsenal's stature, that trophy cabinet still looks worryingly bare. Gary Neville put it bluntly, to win the league you eventually have to land one on your opponent. This Sunday at the Etihad feels like the perfect moment for Arteta's side to do exactly that. Beating City on their own patch would send a clear message that the apprentice is finally ready to outsmart the master and that this Arsenal team possesses the mentality to go all the way. The stakes are even higher as Arteta enters the final year of his contract. Every meeting with Guardiola carries the weight of that master-pupil dynamic, and questions continue to swirl about whether Arsenal can finally get over the line against a City side that has dominated English football for the best part of a decade. A victory would be the ultimate statement of progress. Arteta himself spoke of making a big step after the last draw at the Etihad, pointing to how his side had learned from previous heavy defeats there. Yet learning lessons is one thing, converting them into silverware is quite another. With key players still missing and the squad stretched across 2 fronts, the coming weeks will test the depth and character of this group like never before. The mood among the gooners is a familiar cocktail of excitement and nervous skepticism. Arsenal have the tools to match anyone on their day, as their Champions League progress to the semi-finals has shown. But the nagging doubt remains. Can they produce their best when the spotlight is brightest and the prize is within touching distance? All eyes will be on the Etihad this Sunday afternoon. For Mikel Arteta, this is more than just another Premier League match. It is the ultimate test of whether he can finally deliver when it matters most. Win, and the narrative shifts dramatically in Arsenal's favor. Fall short again, and the old questions about big game pedigree will only grow louder. OIG, but this one feels heavier than most. Thanks for watching Arsenal Time. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment below. Continue following the Gunners' journey with us, and see you in the next video. Come on, you Gunners!